Welcome, Sabaton, to Milan, and welcome to Linea Rock.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So you're here because the new album is about to be released, Heroes, so we're here to talk about it. So it's been almost 2 years since the great Carol's Rex came out, which was platinum in Sweden. But on 16th of May, Heroes will be released. Not easy, actually, to live up to the previous album, which, was huge for you. Which are your expectations? Did you feel any pressure, or is your conscience clear?
There was a lot of pressure, following up to that, of course, and seeing as it was a, success, also the tour was. So, and since we have a new lineup on this album, the first time with new band members, yes. There was, when writing the music and we were doing the lyrics, a huge pressure because, even though the old band members never wrote anything, not everybody knows this. So,
but they were.
Yeah, so we knew that if we fuck this up, sorry for the language, the new guys are gonna get blamed for it. Yeah.
So we're gonna get blamed too.
Yeah. People say, "Oh, Sabaton is no longer any good." So we had a lot of pressure in that sense. So I must say, it was really, really hard and tough when writing it. Now, looking back at it, I'm not so worried anymore. If I think it's not up to us to tell the listener what to think about the album. Okay. It's I'm not gonna say it's the best album we ever made because it's up to the.
You just did.
I said I'm not gonna say it. It's up to you guys. Anyone who's listening or watching this, it's up to them to decide. I think what they think about it. But let's just say I am no longer have a panic.
We gave them the best possible chance to like the album. Okay. We put a lot of effort into it, and we really thought about everything about the album, making every song to live its life on its own. There has to be it was necessary that everything is there for a reason on the album, that every single song has an identity of its own, and that we succeeded with.
Great. So, as you said, there's a new lineup. Did the dynamics in, songwriting process and recording change a lot with the new guys, or you chose, the best, so everything was perfect since the very first chord?
When it comes to the songwriting, nothing has changed. None of the old band members ever wrote any music. It's always been mostly me writing the music. If it's not only me, I'm writing with somebody. So this is the first time I've written with somebody from the band, the music-wise, which was Tobbe, the new guitar player. Per and I obviously have been writing lyrics together for a long time. But so I say the songwriting process hasn't changed anything at all, But the recording was way faster. Don't want to say anything negative about our old members, but we all were teenagers. We were not the best musicians in town. We all came in together and kind of taught each other how to play. Yeah. Now we had established, professional musicians, and for example, all guitars, 4 days.
Okay. Wow. Bang.
This is normally a week and a half. No, we're done. Okay, we better hurry up, so we're off to,
We had to hurry up with the lyric writing, because everything else went so fast.
Okay, so that is good.
So the recording definitely changed. Okay. And this time it was a very different way of recording an album compared to in the past. Normally I was always very involved in the vocals when Joachim was singing, and also in the mixing. Okay. But this time I could relax and rely that Peter Tekteren and you will fix it, so that was different.
So a lot of changes, but the energy still remains the same, the power is there. But no keyboard player this time. You decided to remain a 5-piece. So you do the keyboards, okay. But why this choice?
No, well, actually, I got into the band as a keyboard player. In '99, when I met Per, I came into the band as a keyboard player, and then they found out I wrote songs, so they said, well, can you sing the melody so we can hear it? And then we said, we're going to record a demo, and I said, well, we don't have a singer. I'm a keyboard player. Yeah, but we'll use the demo to find a singer,
Okay.
And I guess they were lazy. So actually, what only happened is, I'm back to the position I was in 2006 right now, when Daniel came into the band. Of course, we said that ourselves. We kind of miss, in the studio, it's not a problem, because I wrote all the keyboard parts anyway.
Okay.
So. It was always what I wrote that's played. So in the studio, there's nothing has changed. Live though, in a sense, yes, maybe I miss having a keyboard player there, you know what I mean? On the other hand, we said we're having so much fun, so unless we find exactly the right guy, then maybe we'll have a keyboard player. But we're not gonna search for one.
Not in the immediate.
No.
And it has also good things with not having a keyboard player, because now we can play the songs they were meant to be. Some of the songs, they are too difficult for one keyboard player to play, so we play them simpler. And we couldn't get everything out of it.
Yeah.
Now, because we have the recorded keyboards, it sounds perfect. We even increase some songs from the album. We put on a little bit more to make it sound better live.
Especially, a song like A Lifetime of War from Carlos Rex, that would take 3 keyboard players to actually do live.
Yeah, so recorded is better. Okay.
For now.
But
For now.
Actually, recorded isn't better, but it's needed.
Okay, needed. Okay. So on drums, last year came Hannes from Evergrey. Why him, and how did you meet?
It's first time we met. We toured together.
No, it was 2010 in Turkey.
Oh yeah. True.
But we didn't get to know him. We were really just drinking and doing stupid stuff.
Saying hello. But then we toured together.
In America, right?
Yeah, in America, so we knew him from there. And a bit later, he came to us, he approached us. We were playing on the 70,000 tons of metal cruise in Caribbean. And he came and said, hey, I know that you now have Snowy Shop playing your drums for a little while. If you need a real drummer for when he quits, Snowy was just a replacement for a while.
Okay.
When you need a real one, I'd be more than happy to play with you guys. And we knew him since touring with him, and he's really nice. And then we said, okay, we are not sure how will Sabaton sound with him. When he plays in Evergrey, it's very difficult things, and Sabaton is a little bit more straight on.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see if he can play it. And he came up, and he had already been the drum tech for Sabaton on some shows.
Yeah, he was the drum tech when we played in Stockholm with Iron Maiden and stuff like that.
So he knew all what we had, and he knew us so well, and he knew the songs already. And he came for we should play a few songs together. We only played like 2 songs, and that was it. Oh, we don't need to play more. Okay. You're great. This is and when we met, it was like we have been the best friends forever.
Okay.
So it's.
And that's always a good feeling.
Yeah,
among
the feeling was absolutely right.
Okay.
He comes in, he wasn't nervous at all, and we were shocked that he was so young. But
we didn't know that.
No, we had.
He's born in 1990, so he's like 23, 24.
Yeah, and we thought he was our age, like 10 years older or something. But then he come into the studio like, hey guys, and the way he acts and the self-confidence he comes in with when he sits down and like, of course I know the song.
I thought he was like 29.
Yeah.
Then it turns out he's 23.
Yeah, young guy. So it's good. For the band, we decreased in age, average age.
Yes.
Oh, that's good for us.
And on production is once again Peter Tatgren from Pain and Hypocrisy, who gave a very strong trademark to your sound. Sort of panzer metal, we define. Is that correct?
It could be in a sense. I mean, we have almost always recorded in some way with any of the brothers, Peter and Tommy Täckgren. Our first albums that we released was Prima Victoria and Atera Dominatus. They were made by Peter's brother, Tommy, in the studio next door. And then ever since The Art of War, which we recorded with Tommy, then Peter mixed. And I think, The Art of War was a bit of a defining moment. And even though he was not available, so he couldn't do Coat of Arms, but he still recorded the drums for us.
Okay.
But he couldn't do the mixing. So we had Fredrik Nordström from Studio Fredman doing that one. I don't know. It isn't bad at all. I'm not going to say that, but it didn't feel the same way as working with Peter. You know?
Peter was there also on the earliest, just helping us with like, maybe you should think like this on the guitar sounds or something.
Yeah, helping out.
He has been there for almost all the recordings in some way. But now we're starting to find the real way to work with him. Carlos Rex was his first real album for Sabaton. And
even though we've been working together for 10 years, that was the first time, you know.
Yeah.
he could do his job the way he wanted it to do. And then we feel always like, okay, this was the first time with Carol 6. You always know that you can, you learn a lot during such a recording. So we knew that Peter have even more to give now that he knows how we work and we know how he works.
Okay.
So we know that we can take it, we can increase this. And with Heroes it goes up.
So as we already said, the sound of the new record delivers once again, you know, your famous strong trademark of power melody, great riffs, great choruses, big ones, you know, a guarantee for die-hard fans. How would you introduce the new album to the audience? Not only, you know, Sabaton fans, but, you know, metal fans in general. And do you think that this one can appeal to a wider audience than before?
Yes and no. I think if you listened to Sabaton before and didn't like it, this one isn't going to change your mind.
Okay.
This is still Sabaton.
Okay.
On the other hand, if you never heard Sabaton, this is a very, very good chance to, you know, discover us, I would say. But I mean, if you don't like us, then, you know, we're not going to change to please those who don't like us.
Okay.
We're going to stay the same so we can play for those who have been there and supported us over the years. I'm not interested, of course we want new fans, but I'm not interested in changing what we have in any way to win fans who didn't like us before. Okay. In that case, I'd rather have fun with the people who's been with us for several years and those fans. Even if it means we're a smaller band, I don't fucking care.
Okay. Hearts of Iron feature a very special guitar solo in it, which is inspired to Bach.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about it? Whose the idea came from?
Actually, it was. I remember I sent you the. We were talking, you know, about the album. This is in November, I think, or December, and I said it's missing something. One of these slower, epic anthems, you know, the album. And me and Per, we were discussing something totally different, you know, totally different. But then I tried on that, and I couldn't get anywhere. So I wrote the chorus for that song, Hearts of Iron, and I'm like, this is very, very Sabaton. This is, listen, the whole song is typical Sabaton.
Yeah.
So I sent him the chorus, and he said, "Go, for fuck's sake, go." All right, yeah. And I started out, and the verse. The chord line always has, I mean, basically music theory. This is boring, by the way. You have the chord progression, but the bass line is always jumping in small steps down.
Yeah.
Going downward. And in the verse, that's the same theory. When I did this, like, okay, this is not the same chord, but this is the same theory as in, you know, Air on the G string by Bach.
Yeah.
So, hey, what happens if I just change all of this around for the solo and just play Air on the G string. I mean, Accept did this for Metal Heart.
Okay.
Had, you know, what's it called? Furilis. And it's not like... it also fits. I mean, the song is about Walter Wenck, German general. And Bach, obviously, German. So in every way, it's also a very emotional piece and also a very emotional song. So, in a sense, that was a home run, but then Tobbe, our guitar player, just killed it because he just played it once, and then it was there.
It was done.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Tobbe, the guitar player, he didn't know Peter was recording.
Okay.
So Peter said, "Okay, you try it out and we rehearse, you know, so you can learn." Okay.
You did it.
He just improvised around it.
So
this
he was
melody.
doing it free-minded.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it came.
And then he said, Tobbe said, Peter stopped, and you know, Tobbe said, "Yeah, I got a feeling for this now. I think I know what to do." "No, you already did it, motherfucker."
That's great. So Accept wasn't an inspiration to do such a thing, but while you were doing it, you said, okay, they did it, so we can do it.
Exactly.
Say, okay. To Hell and Back has a strong power riff that reminds a bit of Gimme 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 by ABBA. Is that a sort of tribute done on purpose?
No,
it wasn't intentional.
I never heard that before. I didn't even think of it.
Just a little bit, you know.
It does actually. I mean, on the other hand, I mean,
yeah.
trust me, we like ABBA. It's in the Swedish constitution, you know.
Yes.
You have to love ABBA and IKEA. Or they kick you out of the country.
Okay.
No, but now that you say it, there is a similarity, of course. I never thought of it, though.
It came from the constitution, okay?
Yeah,
because
Swedish constitution.
it's by the DNA, okay?
Yes.
And you use also to open your concerts with Europe, the Final Countdown intro. What does this intro and song mean to you? And what makes you more proud and patriotic? ABBA, Europe, or Yngwie Malmsteen?
I mean, the intro comes from the idea. I mean, we are all Europe fans, and kind of the biggest rock song ever to come out of Sweden is the Final Countdown.
Yeah.
So, and it says a little bit about where we aim to be one day.
Okay.
And it's, we pay a very high tribute to Europe. They have been a large of our inspiration.
Yes.
Those were people who started dreams for people like us. And I wish one day maybe we can become also somebody who starts a dream for somebody else. So I think that the Final Countdown represents a lot for us. And we also wanted to have a song in the beginning that we know, okay, it starts and it's every night, we feel it's in the air now.
Yeah.
And it's a song emotionally that boosts us up.
Okay.
It's where we want to be, it's where we want to go. So when we hear it, we lift up and we got a smile, and then we can go to the stage and have fun. And hopefully that the crowd feels the same, because it's a cheerful song. And we want the crowd, and they do sing along to it.
Yeah.
So when we play it, the people go like, okay, now they get smile, they get happy.
As well with the message, this is the final countdown.
Yeah.
And of course, the
And
final
now
countdown before our
Sabaton
show.
is okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, you were asking about Yngwie, ABBA.
Or-
if we talk to our guitar player Tobbe, it's Yngwie.
Yngwie.
He is Yngwie maniac. If you ask Per, it's probably Europe. If you ask me, it's probably ABBA.
Okay, so you have all of them. Okay, and do Europe know that you use their song
Yes.
as an intro? They do. Okay,
Of
did you
course.
play with them? And
Yeah,
okay,
and we had to ask them because we made an edited version.
okay,
Because
There is no second verse.
sure.
Yeah, the normal is longer, but we wanted it to be shorter version. So when we played it, so we had to ask them, can we cut your song?
Yeah.
Ah, sure, they said.
Okay, so you spoke directly with them. I mean,
To their management.
oh, management. Okay. Let's go back to the Heroes album. The Ballad of Bull breaks the tension a bit and stands out. What is this song about? Did you have any special inspiration to write this one?
Well, musically, it was a very strange song because I didn't really plan it to be a Sabaton song at all. I was really sick. You know, I couldn't speak. You know, all nose
Flu
running and
and,
having a bad cold. And to be honest, as men do when we are having a cold, we feel sorry for ourselves. You know, feel bad me. And I'm just playing the piano, and I get this. Ooh, it's a nice melody. And then I recorded myself just for my own purposes. It sounds like shit, trust me. That demo will never see the light of day. Nobody will ever hear that. But I didn't plan it for a Sabaton song really, and then Per heard it and said, well, that is a Sabaton song. Okay. How do we do that then? So...
It's your destiny, man.
Yeah.
It is. So...
It's an exciting idea. I mean, and as Joachim said, the demo was all that we had. And that was when we were also writing the lyrics for it. We had only the demo.
Okay.
And we didn't know what to do with this song. What is gonna be in the end? Like, is it just gonna be a piano and singing? Or is there gonna be electric guitar, drums?
Are we gonna have a symphony orchestra? We didn't know anything.
So the song kind of grew during the recording and changed itself, and thanks to friends, it became what it is today.
And became pure Sabaton. Okay. Previous album was a concept about Swedish Empire. This time, did you work any differently, concept-wise?
I think we went to the perfect core of what we always did in Sabaton. We did the historical things. We are interested in the history, mainly around World War II, which is the theme, I mean, it might as well be somewhere else, but the thing with World War II is that it's very well documented.
Okay.
We don't need to make up the stories ourselves. They exist. They happen. So this makes sense for us to sing about. And instead of writing about the big battles and stuff, we wanted to go down and make it a bit more narrow album and focus on the individual people instead of the big events. And I think this album captured a lot of what Sabaton fans want from us and what we wanted to do.
And who are the real heroes nowadays, at least for you? And do you feel being heroes yourselves?
No.
No.
I think actually being a hero is kind of that's one of the things we kind of want to show with this album, that you know a hero can be found in any army, no matter which side you were fighting for, because what you did during your whole life maybe doesn't matter, because everybody can do bad motherfucking shit. It could be only these 3 seconds in your whole lifetime where you do something that makes you a hero. And that doesn't matter because, I mean, yeah, I guess, you know, shooting Adolf Hitler would have made somebody a hero easily by standards. But also, no matter which side you were fighting for, maybe instead of running away, going back and picking up 2 friends who have been wounded.
Yeah.
Is rather more like a hero, I think. So I'm afraid that's one of the things we want to show with this album, since we have so many nationalities. I mean, there are even German, you know, generals in there. I mean, being a hero is not about being political, not about being wrong or right. It might be. I mean, for one of the heroes, as we said, talk about the Ballad of Bull. He never fired a shot. He was a stretcher bearer. He carried 12 men down. Still a hero.
Yeah.
It's when somebody go beyond the call of duty, basically. This is what you're supposed to do. But then you do something not for yourself, but for other people.
Yeah. Heroes Limited Edition will include 3 particular bonus tracks, which are 3 covers. One by Metallica, one by Battle Beast, and one by Raubtier, which is a Swedish band.
Yes.
Okay. You covered also Judas Priest, Jawbreaker before. How did you choose which band to tribute this time, and why them?
Well, it's different. Every song has their own reason for being there. And for example, when we had the Battle Beast, it's a young unknown band, very upcoming, which we liked, and we had the Sabaton.
I fucking love them. It's the best album I heard in ages.
Yeah, and we had the Sabaton cruise, our own cruise ship, and we booked only one band, except for Sabaton to play, and we didn't tell anybody. It was a secret guest, and we booked Battle Beast, and then we write only when the people came onto the boat. We write, instead of trying to book bands which we hope that you like, we booked one band that you will love. So you better be there and check this out.
Okay.
And no fan had, people don't know about them in Sweden at all. But we filled the entire crowd in front of the stage, and then just opened the gates. There's Battle Beast. And people were first, but then, this is great.
Okay.
And we were standing watching it like, this is absolutely great. So let's do a cover from them. And
Metallica song we did, For Whom the Bell Tolls, that's one of the first songs you played live ever.
It was the first heavy metal song I ever performed on stage.
Okay.
So it has
and
a special
for bass
meaning.
is a great riff, you know.
I had a special feeling towards that song always, and I mean we all said Metallica would be cool. I mean we all like Metallica, and this particular song was difficult to choose one, of course.
Yeah,
but
I can imagine,
then we decided to go for this one, and
the Raubtier song was easy. I mean, Tobbe, our guitar player, used to be a bass player in Raubtier before, and this song in particular, in December last year, or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. December 2012, on the last show of the tour, I did a duet with these boys, and I sang that song with them. And it was a long time ago I had that, feeling from singing somebody else's music. Normally, no matter how nice you think you're all, there's always a little ego motherfucker in you, you know?
Okay.
So you like your own stuff and then you sing someone else's music. It's, yeah, it works. But that one, home run.
All right. So it's been 15 years of Sabaton. Looking back, which was the precise moment you felt and understood that you actually made it?
The recording of Prima Victoria.
Okay.
It was a defining moment in my life. Because also, I mean, when I heard it, I realized that Sabaton is no longer just good. We are a little bit better. This is great. This can go far. And with the release of that, I think it's often when I look back, when do you make the decision to go on with your band? I think your parents, your best friends, they will always say that you do great music. But when somebody who you never met, who is far away and have no connection, and they say, you are not doing good music, you're doing the best music I've ever heard, then it's a defining moment, and that was with Prima Victoria.
Okay. Fist for Fight was released in 2001 by an Italian label, Underground Symphony. So do you consider Italy a sort of second home for Sabaton?
No, not really because of the albums, but after yesterday's sunshine and beer and good times, yes, maybe, actually.
Okay.
No, we didn't have much contact with them, really. It was only email contact.
Okay, so it wasn't so romantic.
I'm afraid not.
No.
I wish I could tell you a really cool story there, but there is not. Sorry.
Not. Okay. On stage, you used to dress up like soldiers, and your lyrics are about war. What came first? The choice, of dressing military, or it was a consequence of, the lyrics?
The music and the lyrics came first.
Okay.
It was not until 2008. Six.
When we did the Altero Dominatus video, was when the first time we had the clothes.
Ah, that's true.
When we decided that for this video, for Altero Dominatus, let's try something. We'll all put on camo pants, and half a year earlier, I bought this vest in London because that looks cool. When I'm thinking, even if I get fat and drink too much beer, I can still have a six-pack. Keep it easy. So we said, I wear this, put my sunglasses on, and we'll use this only for the video. That's the reason we got it. And then we showed the video to some friends before it was released, and everybody said, "Oh, fucking amazing new stage outfit!" And we're like,
"Okay,
yeah, stay with us."
So we're stuck with it, and I mean, it's it gives us a kind of an identity that people see that we belong together as a band. We are not 5 individual musicians. We're a band. We belong together. Yeah. So the clothes has a special meaning for that. Makes us a team.
Okay. Did you have the chance to listen to the band Civil War?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
To be honest, when I heard the first EP, I didn't like it very much because I don't think the songs are very good on that one, actually. Then the album came out, and I think there was 1 or 2 songs I actually quite liked, especially the song St. Patrick's Day, and it's St. Patrick's Day today, actually.
Yeah. So
quite interesting. But that one was quite good, and I mean, I love the singer Patrick. I mean, I was playing with him 10 years ago, or even more, 12 years ago, when I was a keyboarder and he was singing. So, I mean, it's not all my kind of music, but in a sense, it's finally, at least they get to play with a good singer, it's about time.
Okay. But you parted ways, I mean, as friends, or
it was tough. I mean, of course, there are going to be hurt feelings, but we're no enemies,
Okay, so that
at the time, it was, of course, very, very emotional. But now it's perfect. Okay. I mean, they doing what they want. They don't do as much shows, which was basically what they wanted to do. Less shows, and we do more shows.
Okay, so of course you had to take different ways. Okay. About shows and touring, Italy is not on the list of the tour days already announced, unfortunately.
Yet.
Why not? What happened? And Which opening band will you bring on tour this time? Is Battle Beast?
the thing we have, I mean, we haven't released any real of tour dates.
Only festivals so far.
The festivals, and there's no festivals in Italy right now.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, that's the problem.
Okay.
But it's not saying that we are not coming to Italy.
Okay.
Because we are coming.
Okay.
Don't worry.
You will. Okay. After the summer, maybe you.
And we're gonna bring the best bands in the world.
Okay.
But we won't tell you what it is.
Okay. And concerning the cruise,
Yes.
will there be more? Is that an experience that it's great, but did you expected it to be like that? I mean, it was a success and.
Well, it started out basically as as a need.
Okay.
There was a need for us to cross the Baltic Sea. Going from Sweden to Finland on a cruise. We need to go over because we need to play in Finland. How do we go over? Of course we have to go on a boat, and then it was very expensive. So then I got the idea, let's rent the boat and bring fans on. And it was very successful first year, and then it was even more since then. And it's so fun to do. I mean, Sabaton has every year 2 special events. The Sabaton Open Air Festival, which is in the summer, and in the winter we do the cruise. And there are 2 completely different things, but they connect the very, very die-hard fans of Sabaton who knows that on these shows it will be unique events. It will be something special. On the cruise, it is so close, so intimate.
Yeah.
Scaled down. There's no stage set. The barriers are barely even there. We don't even have a set list sometimes. We're like, hey, which song do you want to hear?
Okay,
I want
that's
that
cool.
song, and then we play that. While on our festival, Sabaton Open Air, as we did last year, we played the whole Art of War album. And then we have the biggest productions. We have the flamethrowers, everything all in. So, I mean, in a sense, I think you could say they're both unique. But they show both sides of Sabaton very much. One is the bigger, larger than life with the pyros and the stage set. The other one is the totally naked, no stage set, only us and the crowd.
Yeah. So.
But the good thing about them, what the fans who come to these places, to the cruise and to the festival, what they know from us, is that basically at these places we don't have that much to prove.
Okay.
Because
they're there for you.
They're already there for us.
Yeah.
So instead of, convincing them and trying to make a set list to please and impress and get new fans, instead on these places we can do a set list for those who have seen us 10, 20 times or something. They know that they're gonna get on this show. Sabaton can play anything which I cannot hear anywhere else.
Okay.
If we play for a new crowd, if we are, let's say that we are the opening band for Iron Maiden or something, we have to play for 30 minutes. We have to choose the absolutely few songs that most people like, the most popular songs. It's normal for us.
Okay.
And of course we love to play them because the crowd gets happy and stuff. But on when we do the special things, we can do, okay, we're gonna do something which people are like, oh, what are they doing now? Okay. But that works. It's fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Which is your goal at the moment, and how do you imagine yourself in another 20 years?
A little bit older.
But still,
in 20 years, I want to be 10 years older. Try to say that.
That's good.
There is no master plan or no goal, because if you do focus too much on anything else, it will go wrong. Our focus is to make better albums and better shows.
Okay.
And with that, I think the rest will come.
I want to play everywhere. I want to go everywhere and
Everywhere.
do a lot of stuff.
Like in India.
Yes,
also.
of course.
Everywhere.
I want to play in as many cities.
I want to play on Mount Everest, the first band to play on Mount Everest.
Oh, that's cool.
Something like, all these crazy
Try
shit.
to sing up there. There's no air.
I have oxygen to the gates of hell.
Yeah, but you should arrive on top of the Mount Everest with Panzer. That would be...
That's a challenge.
I'd rather take the Panzer than walking, actually. It's a long walk.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so thanks, guys. And don't forget, you promise you're coming to play in Italy, okay?
We will do, trust me.
Okay.
We're going to keep that promise.
Okay, see you next time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.